What's up there, tribe? Welcome to Paiges of Ascension. Welcome back if you've been kicking it with me for a little bit. So surprisingly, air popped up first for the readings this week. So that's it. This is going to be a weekly reading for our airkin. That's going to be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Sun, Moon, or Rising. If you look at your other placements as well. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate with you. And of course, if it does, that's freaking fantastic. Cannot say it enough. Please let me know down below that I'm connecting with your energy. Okay? As with any video that will ever be produced on this channel, I do watch my language to make sure that my videos are inclusive for any who may cross them. Yes. And in these particular readings, I do not call out zodiac signs. I also don't call out timing, as the video is meant to bring you messages for a 7-day period. But of course, time in and of itself is kind of a human thing. Divine does not work that way. So keep in mind that you will see these messages when you are meant to. Okay. Oh, we've got some level of suspense here. Everything is flipped over. Oh, of course, and as soon as I say that, we get one that flips up right. Okay. So our bottom of the deck, oh, beautiful. We've got foundations and achievement. This is, oh, and here we go with the lighting again. There we go. This is the Four of Wands in traditional tarot. So, cards we've got today is the waiting game. This is Two of Wands. I had to think about that for a second. Okay, and then next we've got emotional loss. This is the Five of Cups in traditional tarot. And then we've got discontent and boredom. Oh my gosh, I wish I could say it keeps getting better. That's Four of Cups in traditional tarot. And then to bookend our reading, we've got intuition, which is the High Priestess in traditional tarot. So let me marinate for a moment here. Okay, so this might sound a little weird, but what I'm getting is I'm bored with my home. I'm bored with my house, bored with my apartment. So I think that this actually has something to do with your living space. Air signs. It's like you've been saving up or working towards either fixing your house or getting another house or moving apartments, moving locations for some reason. I feel like there are some things that went down in this particular space. It could have been that you were involved in a long-term relationship and the both of you broke up and it hurts to still be in that space. You could say the same thing if you were married to someone and either you've divorced or they passed, and you're still in the same space that y'all shared. And because of that, that's the reason that you want to move, because it's just, there's too many memories in this space for some of you. For another group of you, what I am getting is just, you're just tired of where you're at. You don't want to live there anymore. You're sick of the people. You're sick of the same fucking grocery store. Sick of seeing the same checker who always overcharges you for bottled water. Pick whatever it is. And it's not funny. I mean, I've definitely been in that same scenario where it's like you're living in a place and you're like, yeah, I'm not really feeling this anymore. It's time for a change. So, what I'm definitely getting distinctly is that you're ready to jump ship and go somewhere else. I do feel like you know where you want to go based on the fact that we've got the High Priestess here on the table. You know exactly where you want to go or where you would like to move to, but there's something about the timing of this that just, it isn't time yet. Something hasn't quite lined up so that you can exit the current place that you're in, and move somewhere else. Okay. So, um, excuse me. Yeah, you might be waiting for a little bit, at least between from summer to winter. So, but oh, I said I wasn't gonna do timing. Okay, so y'all got a little bit of timing in there. But it's just the changing of the seasons is what I see in this hourglass here. So that makes me think the passing of time. There is going to be a bit of time that passes before this can come to fruition. Whatever it is that you're visualizing, that you're seeing, that you're seeking. Okay, before you can get this foundation, it is going to take a minute. So, let's go ahead and dig into the clarifiers. I want to know about these two. So you know we're waiting on something. You've already got a good idea of where you're going and what it is. So let's see what you are, what you tripping about. What's the emotional loss talking about, and why is there so much boredom for you? Okay, so this feels like someone who actually got left behind. So yeah, I feel like you as the viewer, um there that this was a romantic relationship, um that you lost. um it had the appearance of being very, very stable here with the 10 of coins, um but I feel like the passion may have been lacking in the situation, and that's why you moved on. um yeah, it's almost like the more you're trying to be nurturing to this person to try to support this person, the more you are taking away from you, and taking away from, what's the word I'm looking for here? Taking away from your well-being. Like, the more you were ignoring your well-being, the more you're trying to take care of this person. Okay. Oh, this might be a short one for y'all this week. Yeah, I do feel like somebody got left behind to go towards something with a more abundant future. So it could have been that this person that you were with, they just, they didn't know how to express emotion. They've walked away from you to go towards something better with more passion, more stability than the two of you had. Yeah, that's, I keep getting the same thing, that this has to do with there was no, there was no passion, there was no stability, there was no emotion in this particular partnership, and that's why you're at such an emotional loss, because your feelings were so deep for this person, and it just, they didn't return that. Okay, so let's move on to discontent and boredom. Let's see what this is about. Yeah, there is definitely boredom in this partnership. For whatever reason, there just wasn't any any more passion between you two. And I do feel like this could have been, or could be, a scenario where the waiting game has to do with you waiting to exit this partnership. Or it could be the other person is waiting for the right time to exit this partnership. Okay? Okay, so yeah, there were definitely two relationships. Oh man, okay, this is kind of icky. So I'm feeling like one of the people in this party definitely had someone else. Um, Actually, what I'm picking up is a whole other family. Um, Although when they were offering to you, they did mean it because they're not happy where they're at. The point is still that there is someone else involved in the situation. Unfortunately, that's what I'm picking up pretty heavily. It doesn't mean that they don't love you, but it does mean that this relationship was built on um, a false pretense, because you got with this person thinking that they were single and that they're not single. So that kind of puts a damper in the whole thing now. So yeah, they don't even know what they want, hun. Um, this is someone who, they've got the discontent and boredom card coming up here, the Four of Cups. But the issue, at least, I'm so sorry if you can hear that. That's my washer. No, that is not the washer. That is the landscaping guys outside. And my washer. Ha! Okay. So, okay, we're going to hold on just a moment until they're done. Okay. So it's not just that this person is discontent and bored. It's not that they're discontent and bored with you, or even discontent and bored with their other partner. They're just, generally speaking, discontent and bored with themselves. I don't feel like, and that's the washer. I don't feel like this actually has anything to do with you, Air Tribe. This has to do with them, and them figuring out what they want. I do feel like you know this, though. I mean, the fact that we've got intuition bookending the reading. Wow, we've got excess sounds coming from everywhere right now. Lovely. um, yeah, I don't even think this is something of your doing. This is not something that you cause. This really has nothing to do with you. This has everything to do with them and how unsatisfied they are with their life, okay? Okay, so that said, let's go ahead and look into your mystical moment. My home is my castle. What did I just say about moving places? Okay. Experience of life, growth, knowledge, and age. So, excuse me. Um, it's like this house is, oh man, okay, this is tough. It's literally like this house has become such a large part of you and who you are in your life and how you identify that yourself, that to leave it behind is almost like losing another family member, if that makes sense. And I know there's got to be some of you listening out there thinking like, okay, it's just a place, it's just an apartment, it's just a house. But especially for those of you that are homeowners, you understand that when you put your blood, sweat, and tears into a building, to make a house a home, and then something happens and you're forced to leave that home, like, it is like losing a part of yourself. You can even say the same thing about any physical object that you've come to become attached to. Okay. Um, so for example, like I had this car, 99 Ford Escort. Hated it. Hated the whole circumstances of me getting this car, but you better believe when it stopped working and I couldn't drive it anymore, as angry as I was about, everything that I had been through with that car, how I got it, how much money the jackass took from me, it was still very emotional to give it up, because it's like it was the one of the last things kind of lingering around from a time that no longer existed in my life, but there was a period of time that was very transformative for me, if that makes sense. And that can be the same thing with the physical location, such as a house. Okay. So for example, like I was saying, if you were in this house with your partner and for whatever reason you separated, that partner passed, or maybe even the kids have like grown up and moved out the house, and it just doesn't have um the same draw that it used to, because that piece is missing. Okay. Um it is like that. So, but you have to recognize that with growth, just like this castle on her back, um, with growth, you're adding these whole new buildings. And even though you may not be living in this place anymore, it's still, it's still in your memory. It still holds holds some piece of you. You still hold some piece of it. So yeah, it may just be a physical object that you're having trouble letting go. But it's a necessary evil, is kind of what I'm seeing. Yeah, it's a necessary evil. So let's go ahead and look at what your soul's trying to tell you, which is accept the opportunity that is offered. Well, hello. This is actually a card that I have not pulled out before, so I definitely am pulling out the book. Um so what's really funny about this book is that sometimes they're not printed in the right places. But this one says, take on a worthy challenge, but pay close attention to details before making a commitment. Okay. You're being presented with something. Yeah, you're definitely being presented with something. It's not telling me what it is, though. I'm not even getting any prompts, but it could be to move in with someone new. Yeah, okay, so there's an offer I feel like that is definitely coming through. I don't know what it's going to be regarding, but you also, since this is coming, it's just a matter of time. Okay, it's not time quite yet. I'm getting that distinct feeling too that time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. It's not quite time yet. It's time to go. Time is a very big issue within this reading for some of you out there that this is resonating with, okay? So, yeah, you've got something coming in due time. I swear I'm not intending to just like give you all the puns. It's how it's going. Okay, so where you are in your journey is pride. So it says, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. So part of this emotional loss that you are going through is remembering to. Okay, so number one, remembering that everyone isn't you. Everyone's not going to make the same decisions that you choose to make. Okay. Number two thing is to remember that pride cometh before the fall. So it's in literally like pride cometh before the fall, because this does feel like a falling away of a situation to go towards something new. Like I said, with the Six of Swords. So you could possibly be being offered like a job somewhere else. Someone's offering to like be a roommate with you. This could be a whole separate romantic offer that you're going towards after this emotional loss with the Six of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the Ten of Coins. That's something that's much better suited for you. Um, just don't get too full of yourself, because you will do the exact opposite of what you're intending to. So, okay, that is all I've got for you, Air Tribe. It's just going in circles at this point. So, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Any information you could possibly ever want to know about me, the channel, the decks I'm using, when this channeling was performed, all that jazz in the description box. Okay, so with that said, um, gratitude for you always. I hope you have a wonderful week, Air Tribe, and I will see you next time.